Come on, man. Minnesota, downtown Minnesota going crazy right now, Kenny.
Man, oh my goodness. Man, I tell you, they're going to burn the streets down. Come on, man.
Who's that running behind us? Yo, who's the guy running behind us? Oh, come on, man.
Come on, man. You cried. The play in, not the play off. Come on, man.
Oh, go ahead. Do your little intro.
So the reason I opened the show, welcome everybody to another episode of Earth2 Sports Talk, episode 30 of Earth2 Sports Talk, Wild Card Weekend Recap. The reason I opened the show, I'm guessing you guys, if you do care to ask or do care to find out, the reason I opened the show with that is because there's a lot of jokes that, you know, the Cowboys beat a 45-year-old Tom Brady and an 8-9 team, and that's why, you know, this is how they're feeling. So, you know, it's a lot of jokes. I just took that from Twitter and I decided to run with that episode opener today. But to be very fucking honest, that game might have been the worst game I saw all weekend.
Well, it would have been the worst thing I've seen in the last like 2 weeks, except I still remember the Alabama game. So,
the Georgia TCU game.
Yeah. That's what I meant. You know.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
It's probably because you're drinking water today. Because I bet you if you were drinking your normal juice, you'd remember what you're supposed to remember. By the way, Wetson is drinking water. Hear me out, okay? Like, we've done 30 episodes of this show, and I've happened to sit, you know, on this side of the screen, and Wetson sits on that side of the screen. And I have never, in 30 episodes, meaning 30 weeks, because we do one show a week, right? It's always been one show a week, right? Yes. So that means in 30 weeks. Since the NBA Finals Game 1? Was it Game 1? Yes, since Game 1 of the NBA Finals till today, this is the first time I'm sitting across from the screen and seeing Wetson drink water. I would show you my face, but I don't have a haircut. Anthony was supposed to be on the show this week, but he also doesn't have a haircut. I don't. I'm just making that up. I don't know if Anthony has a haircut or not.
So your excuse is.
One more thing before I forget. Wetson let his hate for New York sports clubs and his love for Tom Brady take him away from $25 this week. I'm just gonna say that. Now, Wetson, your turn. It's your turn. I'm done speaking. That was my monologue for this episode. It's your turn.
Thank you for nothing. Okay, we don't care. We didn't care for that monologue. None of it, like, you know, not about your hate for Tom Brady.
Oh my God!
Not about your Vikings that you told me that. Oh, finally, you know, like, you know, they're winning those close games now. We could believe, you know, and Jay Jettas and blah 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 blah. And look at them getting smoked by a team with one guy. I'm sorry, two guys, because you're gonna mention how about Danny Dimes? Yeah, whatever. How you lose to? You know what?
What? I was expecting that. I was expecting all of that. By the way, I'm very okay and confident in the fact that I chose Minnesota to go all the way. So I just had to look at from last week the notes, and I had to scratch off the fact that I wrote Minnesota in.
Bro, do you realize?
Man,
hold on.
It's my turn. I let you. It's my turn. Okay, it's my turn. You had your turn to speak. Now it's my turn.
I hate you.
Oh my God. I really hope that nobody big picks us up at some point, because we will be fucking in like it. This is no, listen. But no. I don't regret picking Minnesota, and I don't regret believing in Minnesota. Hold on. It might, you see, Kirk Cousins didn't play bad. It wasn't Kirk Cousins' cousin, right? It wasn't regular Kirk Cousins.
Mm-hmm.
It was that Vikings defense who could not stop a nosebleed.
Bro, how many points did the Vikings score?
I actually hold
24.
on. 24. Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking if the Giants can put up 31, and Giants
Okay.
offense is
With Danny Dimes and what Evan Ingram.
Giants offense consists of Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley.
Oh, do you know I
And
forgot
what-
his name was? Do you know I forgot his last name was Jones? Don't laugh at me, by the way. I honestly forgot his last name was Jones. I've
Of
just
course.
called him Danny Dimes.
Of course, because his name sounds like he's on witness. He's on witness protection.
Right.
But
Daniel Jones.
so
Oh my god.
you're saying the offense didn't play bad, but when you're talking about, like, you know, when you have a receiver and Jefferson that can go for 190 yards on any given week,
Right.
and you put up 24 and give up 31 on a team that lacks
one
offense,
expected
you know,
any. Yeah.
exactly, that people barely expected to make the playoff, you know, outside of like fans who are hopeful. When you lose that game, then yeah, I don't care who it was. I don't care if it was your offense. I don't care if it was your defense. I don't care if it was special team. I don't care. You just came up short. That's it. And that's what happened. So yeah, you and your Vikings. So you know what that means, bro? If this was March Madness, you would be out on the first round because of that one pick that you knew was a bad pick. All
It
right.
was. It was a bad. No, I'm not even gonna lie to you. It was a bad pick. Hey, Wetson. Hey, you.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Do you have anything to say?
Nope. Nothing. Anthony,
right.
you got it.
So let's go on. So the top headlines from this weekend, actually, let's just cover the headlines, the big headlines from this weekend.
Yes.
I think before we get to the biggest one, because there's really a super big headline, but one of the headlines is the Chargers fall short again. Like, what is bro? What is it now, bro? Because it's a 27-point lead, or 20. No, actually, going into halftime was 27.
27.
No, it was
27
20.
to
Going
nothing.
into no, it was 27-7. They scored right before halftime, right?
The score was 27 to nothing at some point.
Yes, at some point. But then going into halftime, it was a 20-point lead. So you have a 20-point lead, right? It doesn't matter going into halftime. But to come back out and only score 3 points and have your defense scored on literally every drive they went on is very embarrassing. So
at this point, dude, with the Chargers, fire the offensive coordinator, the defensive coordinator, the coach, the guy in the booth that's reviewing. I don't care who you fire at this point. Just blow this thing up or start over. Do something. At this point, like, listen, get Ray Lewis to come in there and give you a speech or something. But come on, play with some heart. Like, ugh. They annoy me.
So that's who you talk about for the Giants, right? For the Chargers. Do you know who I lay the blame on for the Chargers?
Who?
And you're probably not gonna like this, but Justin Herbert. He is supposed to be the next big thing in quarterbacks, right? He's supposed to make the jump, right? Keenan Allen. Oh well, Mike Williams wasn't playing, but you know you still have Keenan Allen. You have your running
Austin
back,
Eckler.
Bro. Like, and you're like this generational 6'5" arm talent.
6'6".
Oh, my bad, 6'6".
Exactly.
You are everything that people say about the guy in Buffalo. You're literally him, right? That's pretty much what they say about the guy in Buffalo as well.
Mm-hmm.
How is it that
except the thing is, though,
without the wins?
Again, you know how I feel about the guy in Buffalo.
I know how you feel about the guy in Buffalo.
However,
you feel about the guy in Buffalo the same way you feel about the guy in Tampa Bay.
No. However, the guy in Buffalo, he makes plays.
He's him.
Like no. I'm saying no. You already know who's him. It's Mahomes. It's nobody right now. It's Mahomes and then everybody else. Like, that's how it goes. But I'm saying the guy in Buffalo, he makes plays. He throws ill-advised picks. That's my biggest thing with him. but he makes plays.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's with his legs,
he does make plays.
like he will leap over a linebacker as if like he's playing Pee Wee football. Like, come on, like he makes plays. That's the difference. But Herbert, he plays like he doesn't want to get his hands dirty. Like, I don't know, maybe he doesn't want to get his hair messed up. I don't know.
And you know what's funny is you stay calling the guy in Jacksonville Maybelline, but Justin Herbert plays soft, bro.
On Sunday I texted my brother. I was like, it's a battle of Pantene versus Maybelline.
And so let me guess, Maybelline won and Pantene lost. But okay, so on the reverse side, so I feel like we could talk about the Chargers for like 20 days because we've been talking about the Chargers all season, how they're this team, but like they're not sure. Like one of us, I don't know if it was Jake or myself, had the Chargers winning that division because they finally, the Chargers are here. It's this is it, right? Yeah. And so one of us had them winning, but then turn around on the other side of the football, you have Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence had a shit like it. Any other, I don't even know which. I can't use an expletive. I don't want to curse, but he had a quarter from hell. No, he had a half from hell.
The first half, man.
That is the kind of confidence that, to me, like that kind of win, that kind of comeback win, that kind of I threw for 4 interceptions in a quarter to come back around and throw 3 touchdowns and take my team and put my team in position to win. That kind of confidence is the kind of confidence to me that the divisional round of the playoffs, now you're going into the God's place, right? If you want to call Mahomes him and that guy. But after that win, that confidence does. I'm just, first of all, I'm shocked that the Chargers couldn't do, like only score 3 points in the second half. But your defense turns for Jacksonville. Everything had to start with Maybelline, right?
Yeah,
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah,
scoring before you go into the half, right, is a good confidence builder because what you tell your people is we scored. Let's just keep it up. Let's continue. Like this is who we are. This is who we know we can be. So we need to keep playing like this. So doing all that, right? Coming back, defense now like has a chip on their shoulder. We have to play hard, and they got stops.
Yeah,
they gave up 3 points after giving up 27. Because again, what no one is seeing is the final score was 30-31.
Bro,
defense gave up 3 points.
It was literally the tale of two halves, bro. It was literally the tale of two halves. And and the funny thing about the whole thing is the fact that, like, it's always dangerous playing against a team that's playing with house money. Bro. Jacksonville is playing with house money.
100%.
Making the playoffs, house money. Like winning the first divisional round, house money. Listen. If they go into what's the name of that stadium?
Kansas City.
Yeah, Arrowhead. If they go to Arrowhead and they play the first half like they play the second half of that game against Chargers,
bro,
the Chiefs are gonna have a problem on their hands.
See
because
what I mean?
Because the things with the Chiefs they tend to play from behind a lot because they can. They play like it doesn't matter what we do, we're gonna get it anyway. That's how they play.
Correct.
Granted, they've proven that they can do that. So because of that, you give them that leeway. But however, it's dangerous playing against a team with house money. That's playing with house money because they have nothing to lose. Everything they do, like they could get a first down on like on the first play that fans is walling out. So it's again. I don't think they're gonna win, but however, I do think like the Chiefs are gonna have to beat them because of Jacksonville the way they're playing and making the next round now. Now they're playing with confidence. It doesn't mean they're gonna beat themselves.
Exactly,
they're not gonna beat themselves.
They're not.
So.
you don't do what you did to the Chargers to come around and fumble again. You don't do that.
Yeah.
You play
Yeah.
you're playing with confidence at this point.
Yeah.
The next game I want to talk about, I think we should talk about is because I think we started with the Minnesota game, but we didn't really go into it. That I don't really want to talk about that one either. But let's talk about that Bills Dolphins game for a second. Wetson, I gotta ask you, at what point when you're watching that game saying to yourself, man, damn, is my bracket about to bust this weekend?
Bro, I might have come on the show with little egg on my face if Dolphins had lost that game. Because when I saw that first half, I was like, bro, what happened? I was like, how did you? I was like, yo, bro, when I tell you I was flabbergasted. Yes, I'm using the SAT word. That's how crazy it was, bro. Bro, I was like, you losing to Tessa Thompson, Keenan Thompson, Skylar Thompson, whatever his name is. That's who you're losing to? And you're supposed to be
come on, bro.
And you're supposed to be bro, you're supposed to be a Super Bowl favorite. And you losing to Keenan Thompson. What's his name again?
I don't fucking know his name. Don't ask me. I don't know. Look, the Cowboys, the Dolphins. If anyone was playing with house money, I think the Dolphins were, because again, I feel like the Jags kind of played themselves into the playoffs. The Dolphins kind of backed their way. You know, they lost Tua. Turn around. You lose. No, hold on. You lose Tua. Then you turn around and lose your backup, who's serviceable, to play with a third-round quarterback, who was the pick right before Purdy.
Yeah,
who was the first quarterback taken, the second to last quarterback taken in the drafts. Come on,
bro. Okay, but here's the thing. Here's what I'm saying about that, though. But the Dolphins, before the season started, we had some expectation of the Dolphins.
True.
Before the season started, we put Jacksonville at last in the division at best, maybe? No, third at best.
I think we put the Colts at last in the division.
Oh, yeah, so we put Jacksonville at third.
Third, yeah. Because saw... No, I think it was maybe second.
Really?
Yeah, it could have been second. Because I think we saw Houston not do, like, they just lost. Yeah, I think I don't know. I don't think we saw.
Okay, so yeah, but I mean, either way, we didn't have much acquisition of the Jags. But we had some for Miami. But in Miami, we saw all that potential up until Tua got hurt. The games where he played versus the games he don't play, that's a difference maker. So you see that we even though Miami, like you said, by the time they got into the playoff, they were like on a losing streak and they had to, so but still, we expected something out of Miami. We didn't expect anything out of Jacksonville.
True.
Especially after that first half. Especially in what we thought the Chargers was gonna be. Like, we definitely expect that.
So okay, so here's my thing. Here's a question I'm gonna ask you. At some point when we're watching the the Dolphins, did you think, not the game itself, we're watching the Dolphins, end their season, and were we still thinking that, oh, this is a team that, you still had faith in, and again, when you find out they're going to Buffalo, it's just like, oh my God, I'm scared for these guys, or you're like, you know what, they can do it, they still can do it.
I don't believe they can win in Buffalo.
Okay, so you never had any hope for them in Buffalo then?
Not in Buffalo, no. Like,
so while you were watching that game, you were like, but what about that game?
That's okay. While I was watching, that's what that got me, because I was like, they are outscoring Buffalo in Buffalo,
where they're not supposed to.
Like when they usually play terrible with a quarterback that probably 10 people can name.
Not this one.
Not you, but like,
we do a sports show. I should learn his name, so I'm gonna go look it up while talking.
Skylar Thompson. Like Skylar Diggins.
I would be mad. Yeah. I would be mad if it is Skylar Thompson.
It is Skylar Thompson. I'm telling you. I know it is.
I'm looking. Damn. Let me fact check Wedson for a second.
Bro, I spit nothing but facts, bro.
Skylar Thompson. Okay, you got that.
I told you, bro. I spit nothing but facts. My picks might be a little jaded, but outside of that, it's all facts.
No, but I'm with Anthony. Though I thought Miami had that game. I'm like, yo, Miami has this game. It is the build because again, your guy in Buffalo does what he does.
But you know what? No,
he thinks he's Brett Favre. Bro. He plays like Brett Favre.
No, but one thing I will say though, like one thing I will say though, like those picks on the first half, they're really on him. Like I know how he goes. You get the credit, you get the blame, but. Like I watched that game. I'm like, those picks were not entirely on him. Like the receivers no, bro. That's my problem with him. So it's not an out. It's more like from looking at it because normally I say he throws ill-advised picks, but this time it wasn't even. Of course he does. Really. So I'm like this. I'm not giving him a pass. I'm just saying like I saw the game and I saw what happened. So it's like, yeah.
See, my thing is, so here's my thoughts on that game. I was like, this is Miami's game to lose. Again, you're going into Buffalo with your Skylar Thompson, your third string quarterback, and you don't have anything to lose. No one expected you. At some point in your season, when Tua went down again, I mean, the first when things started piling up, Tua went down the first time. Tua sat out for 2 games, and then you're playing with your backup quarterback, and then he gets hurt. No one expected that to happen. Miami still had that game all the way to the very end of the game when your head coach, Mike. So this is my thoughts on that game. Your head coach doesn't understand time management. He doesn't understand play calling because you at some point that game you start looking for the sidelines, bro. You start passing or running towards the side. I didn't get any sense of urgency from Miami at all that game. I'm thinking they wanted to lose. I'm thinking Vegas had called down and said, "Hey,
like, hey, we can't have Buffalo out this early. Like,
we have way too much
money. Like, we have way too much money riding on Buffalo. This is Kansas City, like a rematch. Like, nah, we got way too much money riding on this, all right?
Right. So yeah, and so because of that, I
dialing back. Like we're not gonna sit here and give Skylar Thompson, a great postseason run, making him look like he's
right. Like whole time
we're not doing this. Like
Purdy's already moving on. We can't have 2 no names because how we gonna look having 2 no name quarterbacks making
it, bro. Exactly. Like we can't have that. We need some. We need some money.
Your boy Drunk is back. He said Mike McDaniel's calling plays like he's on Madden with 3 timeouts and 6 pauses. Yo, when you're playing Madden online, you can pause. They give you 1 pause a quarter, which is so fucking lame, bro.
Bro, yo.
When you gotta vape before calling the play, it takes a minute. Listen, that shit. If he was really vaping, that is the worst thing. Like. See why vaping kids? This is why vaping is bad. Like if there was any ad or commercial for why vaping isn't good, this is it right here. Vaping is bad for your health, and don't fucking vape. Honestly, it was that time management in the last minute and a half, 2 minutes is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. And this is why I feel like maybe they didn't deserve to be in the playoff because Mike McDaniel was being dumb. That's that game. Next game I want to talk about, obviously, Jake is in here. I was going to save this game till Jake comes, but like, no. Did anyone think Seattle had a fucking chance? No one, not me. The only person that did was Jake. And you know what? For a skinny second, they had a little bit of a chance. And then Geno Smith fumbled at like the 20? That was the first turnover.
Yeah.
And from that point on, the chance went away. I think if they converted that fumble into points, they might have still been in this game. It's again,
I don't know. I don't know. I was watching the game, and it almost looked like 49ers were like playing with their food early.
Oh my god, it was
Like
just
that's what it looked like to me. Look, they were like playing around,
it
and
was
then as soon
bad.
as
It was
and as soon as like they saw like a glimmer of hope in Seattle's eyes, they're like, "Oh, now we got to kill that." Like, you see their face; they look hopeful. Like we can let that happen, and the rest is history. So they hung up half. They hung up like 50 points on their boys. Jesus.
it was crazy. It was crazy.
Talk about a tale of two halves, right?
Bruh. Oh man, this is who I actually feel bad for because this was supposed to be his comeback year. They ain't right. They wrote me off, but I ain't right back though. I hate that it had to be him, bro. I hate that it had to be him because
Yo,
he just listen.
since he got out early, maybe he got time to write that letter. Like,
Right, the NFL back. Hey, listen, but look at it though. The guy they traded him for, or the guy that got traded from Seattle, didn't even sniff close to the playoffs. So,
yeah.
is there,
So
who's the real
no,
winner here? All right,
no. He had a great year, dude. Like, who
he
expected
did.
Geno Smith in 2022 to have like 30 touchdown, 9 interception, and take his team to the playoff? A team everybody had written off. Like, nah, nobody expected that. So he did well. It was a good season for him.
You know what? Stop talking about my guy Kirk. Talking about my guy Kirk. That's not
So
what we finna do. All
so
right,
now
since
so
you're
now
so
wait.
pressed,
Hold on. Are we gonna add to the list? So Geno Smith is now second Black Kirk cousin.
I guess. Hold on. Let's talk about Kirk Cousins for a second.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand that game. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't understand that game because I'm over here thinking, oh man, every other game has been a comeback from behind, except with the exception of the San Francisco game. Every other game was a comeback game, right?
No, San Francisco was a comeback game too. They were down.
Bro, please,
The
please,
only one was the only comeback was the Cowboys and
bro,
Bucks.
please. Let's be real. Be fucking for real here. San Francisco was playing with their food. Oh, all the other games were serious. Did you really think that? No. Okay. All right. Sure. You're right. San Francisco was a comeback game. Oh my gosh. I'm thinking Minnesota's about to finish. Like, I'm
Numerically
thinking.
speaking, it was.
Okay.
Numerically speaking.
Let's be real. Okay. I'm thinking Minnesota's about to, play with their food. I'm thinking they're playing with their food. They're about to take. They're not taking these guys seriously. They come back in the second half, but it didn't seem it. For some reason, they just couldn't get their shit together, and I don't
Yes.
understand it.
Because Kirk Cousins was nervous. It was prime time. Everybody was watching.
Oh my God, here we go with that primetime bullshit again. But you know what? I'll give it to you. They lost. Moving on. Next game. Let's do the Bengals and the Ravens game. That was what was this?
That was game was
See,
that
I
game was
said it. It was
interesting.
their fucking defense. No, the Bengals game was very interesting because that's the game I didn't expect to look as close as it did.
I was texting my brother about it the whole game. Me and him was talking because he was saying, do I really want to watch the Bengals? Do I really? I think he said something like, do I really want to watch Joe Burrow like pick apart Ravens defense for 60 minutes, and then Ravens defense came alive early, and we was texting
Bro.
each other like, bro, this game just got serious. It's interesting now, and
Man,
they made it
was
interesting the whole
watching
game.
that
Like it
game
was a
different.
really good
They
one.
made it interesting. They didn't want to go out. You see, that's a team I respect. You don't have your guy. Your guy's not there. So this is the biggest headline coming from that game. With no, I don't even. I guess you could call him Bizarro Lamar because that fumble recovery. You don't even want to call it. Wasn't a fumble. He just really took the ball in his hands because he tried to. It was disrespectful. 90-something yard
Oh,
return, fumble recovery return. But like outside of that, I think Tyler Huntley played well,
he did.
and so Marlon Humphreys came out and said after the game, a while after the game, if we had our guy, we would have won. Um,
Hmm.
that's one. He did. He I think what it is he called a conservative game for Tyler because I guess you don't trust Tyler, so you're very conservative with your play calling. I think sometimes when you get to that level, these guys have gone to this level. They practice with this teams. I think you let them play. I don't think you do conservative play calling. That's my only knock on Greg Roman. It's because he was very conservative with the play calling.
Yeah, but at the same time though, like certain mistakes you can afford to like learn them like at the wrong time. Because if you give like let's say you said you let him always just go out and play, and he throws one pick, now his confidence is a little shaky. He throws another. Now before you look at it, you're down like 21 points.
At halftime,
All because
at halftime you tell him to call Maybelline hotline and ask him how he did it. That's all I gotta say. He throws 2 picks before halftime. You tell him, "Hey, go call the guy in Jacksonville and ask
I
him
think I,
how
I
the fuck
think
he did it."
I think that game was proof that you should definitely choose Maybelline over Pantene for your hair products. Um, but yes,
So yeah, that's my only knock. I guess you can, I guess you can look at it your way too. It's like, okay, we want to protect our guy. You want to like, okay, play within like a reasonable amount of football. Don't let him do too much. Don't let him, like just keep it really cool and conservative like
yeah,
that. But I think, personally, I'm like, yo, this is not his first game. If it was his first game, yes. If it was a second,
yeah.
this is what the third game because Lamar went down. And a comment from Michael Vick that pissed me off. I think I was watching. I don't know if it was at a post game show where Michael Vick and what's his name, Michael Vick and Charles Woodson.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay, okay. See, I get that. Drive. These are NFL quarterbacks, man. Kurt Warner was a bag boy, okay? And didn't he win a Super Bowl?
He did.
Disrespect to drive-through workers. They're some of the hardest workers in this country.
Hold on. Hold on. You thought that was more disrespectful to the drive-through worker, not the NFL player?
Nah, it is disrespectful to the drive-through workers because they do be hard working.
I know that, but I'm saying
Yes.
though, like,
and thank you. This is so to Anthony's point. Lamar was hurt and couldn't make it with the team. He couldn't travel with the team. So my thing is to Michael Vick, Woodson, and Sean Payton. I know why Sean Payton said what he said. He doesn't like black people, but Michael Vick and Charles Woodson telling Lamar Jackson to put a brace on it and just get back on the 50th team is very fucking gross and negligent because somebody told RG3 to do that and he went into broadcast pretty early in his career. Not that there's no disrespect to broadcast people, okay? So I don't understand why former players do that, or like those old school players be like grit, just show your grit, like thump on your no, bro. Like he's with contract negotiations, right? He's
you realize that
he is his own agent.
Mhm.
He
But I'm saying,
he knows his
but
body.
hold
If
on,
he's not ready to go, there's no amount of tape and gauze that will make him go, bruh.
But you realize that a lot of these guys that are talking is from the CTE era, so their brain may not always be all there.
Not the CTE era, bro. Stop.
I'm just saying, bro.
Anthony T.O. played with screws in his ankles, so his ankles were broken, but he has screws in there. I think that's easier to manage than maybe tearing your ACL, MCL, PCL.
No, it
Right?
wasn't.
Anthony,
It wasn't his ACL. It was his PCL and LCL.
and LCL, which again would take him a longer time to recover from. Anthony, your boy Robert Griffin III. That's you're a Washington fan. You should know about Robert Griffin. You saw what happened when he played that game in Seattle. He was no. He took a bad snap, and that literally was the end of his career.
Bro, that leg was so wobbly. Like that man started doing the stinky leg before he was invented.
Stop. Let's move on. But I like what the Ravens did. They didn't just lay down and die. They literally took it to the very end of that game. a batted ball here, a catch there, and we're going into overtime. And I personally don't think the Bengals wanted to see them in overtime. Oh no.
Wow.
RG3's initial injury was the pocket, right? When he re-injured that, it was a PCL and LCL because that was the injury. It was a bad snap that he tried to pick back up, and his leg got stuck. So let's be guided a little bit. But yes, I'm glad Lamar didn't play. Now I'm gonna ask you a question at the end of the show because as it pertains to Lamar. No, matter of fact, let me ask you right now: is Lamar a Raven next year?
No.
Wow, you really believe that?
Because now that the Ravens are proven that, like they don't want to spend the money, Lamar can explore his options. And let's face it, you can't find 5 or more teams out there that that could use a Lamar Jackson. Like,
Bro. And this is the shit that pisses me off because I think Lamar should go play with Devontae Adams and Darren Waller and Josh Jacobs. But oh man. I think he should go play with those 3 guys, Josh Jacobs, Darren Waller. But this is the crazy part of it, right? Lamar could go to the 305. I feel bad for Tua, but Lamar could really go to the 305.
Oh yeah, I go to a couple of games.
Bruh. Lamar in Miami would be electric. Cheetah.
You got him on one end and Cheetah on the other. Ooh. That's a lot of speed we're talking here.
Bruh. I would love to see Lamar either in Vegas or in Miami. I think in Vegas he'll be dangerous. I think what could happen is if he goes to Vegas, Josh McDaniel looks like a competent coach because they're going to win a lot of games. He's going to save Josh McDaniel's job. But I don't think he should.
Actually, the salary cap is saving, Josh McDaniel's job. They can't fire him.
Right, they can't fire him. or I mean, he could be. Let me ask you this. If Lamar becomes a New York Jet, will you go see a game? Because now you have and will you be a supporter of the New York football Jets?
Who you asking me?
Yes, you, because we know how you feel about New York sports. You could have had $25 today, but you let your hate for New York sports fuck that up for you. I hate Josh McDaniels, and I think you're right, Drunk. I honestly think you're right, Drunk. Like he might be the worst coaching hire ever in all of football. Oh man, Jesus. I'm sorry, Watson. I'm sorry,
bro. So I know how to pick games. Anthony. I just refuse to pick certain teams. Okay,
he does, and that puts you in trouble.
It is what it is.
All right, let's real quick and then move on to the preview for next week. Monday Night Football. Everyone, oh my God, Cowboys already lost them once this year. Oh my God, it's the Cowboys. This is where they lose. Blah blah blah. I didn't care one bit. Tom Brady's tired. He wants to go home. He wants to be a family man. He wants to be a dad. He wants to go to kids' practice. I'm pretty sure his kids are playing basketball now in some AAU league. He wants to be there for them. You think he wants to get hit by 300-pound defensive tackles every fucking the next weekend? You think he wants to have to take an ice bath?
Whoa. When did you become this guy? What?
I don't care. I think he wants to take an ice bath this weekend, Whitney, or next to prepare for next weekend when he knows he could go camping with those children. Or maybe he hates his children and he was hoping he was going to get a win so he didn't have to see them this weekend. Either way, Tom Brady is sitting on the couch this weekend, and I am so fucking happy. I'm happy. I put so much money on that yesterday, and I made so much money off of it because I just knew I had so much faith. Listen, let me tell you, I've never had as much faith as I had in the Cowboys as that I had yesterday, and I was scared because when that game started and Dak Prescott had went 3-and-out twice, and then he finally scored, and the kicker missed the extra point. Let me tell you, Wetson, when he missed that first extra point, I'm like, listen, those 2 points are gonna come back to haunt them. I was scared shitless, and then it was 24, and I was like, you know what, I'm fine. There's no way this game's like
bro,
I didn't think
bro.
this was gonna be part of the weekend of comebacks. I was like, this game is dead.
That's
It's
how
over.
you know. That's how you know it's the difference between like American football and football, like the way the rest of the world looks at it.
Right.
Because that kicker missed 4 extra points, and he walked home that day, and he made it home safely.
He made it home safely. He missed 4. Okay. But Brady crying in the
Like,
locker room, not because he lost, but because he has to go home to spend time with his kids. Yeah, factual. Again, so I had no doubts in my mind. I'm like, yeah, I was about to beat the shit. And I think the reason is because if you lose to the Commanders, no shade, Anthony, but if you lose to the Commanders as your last game, you're angry. Again, no shade because it's the Commanders, but you're angry. And if you play as bad as you played that weekend, and you had to hear every sports analyst tell you, oh, the Cowboys is trash. They lost to the Commanders. The Cowboys is trash. You want to beat the shit out of Tom Brady. You want to beat this. So if the Cowboys don't make it to the Super Bowl, for me, they won the Super Bowl. And this is the Super Bowl right here. That's all I got to say. Now I'm done.
dude,
It's your go.
dude, Cowboys defense can stand toe to toe with anybody when they play like like when they played the way they played last night. Because Micah Parsons was all over the freaking field. Like
Yo,
whether no matter where you put him, he was all over the field. And like everybody played like they played a solid game, like as
yeah,
far as
they play
on
like this
defense
was the
goes.
Super
So
Bowl. Dak Prescott really put up 4 touchdowns, 4 total touchdowns, 300 yards passing.
yeah, so that
That
means
last touchdown was embarrassing. That last touchdown pass was embarrassing because how do you blow cover that bad?
bro, at that point, you guys had given up, right? Like that team wasn't playing no more, bro. Like that team wasn't playing no more. The fans had already left the building. Like, come on.
Not Key Glock Purdy. What's wrong with you, man? Hey, Wes, this is for you. You gonna take this? I will take it. I think
You
you
think
know what?
Cowboys will be 49ers? No.
Cowboys not getting past Glock Purdy. I love it. You know what?
No.
Let's get into next week. Let's get into next this weekend coming up. So the matchup has been
Okay.
Jacksonville, Kansas City, Buffalo, Bengals, New York, and the Eagles again, San Francisco, and the Cowboys.
Man, Eagles got such an easy path to the finals until they got the
You know
NFC
what's funny
Championship.
though? That is my Super Bowl pick.
Wasn't it the Vikings?
It was the Vikings. Don't judge me. I've changed it for next week. I feel like I'm allowed to move it again. But no,
Right.
Wetson.
Right.
Look, don't be mad at me. That's just how the cookie crumbles.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna ask Jay for his later. So Mo Weds. Oh, by the way, I won last week because now at this point we're gonna be doing a weekly because it's different games. So I picked the 49ers, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Bills, the Bengals, and the Cowboys. Obviously, I only lost the Vikings game. You picked 49ers, Jacksonville, Bills, Vikings, Bengals, and the Bucks. You lost. No, sorry. Yeah, you lost. Jake. Yeah, Jake lost. There's no need to call out his picks because he picked Seattle, and that's the end of his bracket. That's the end of his bracket. Okay.
That's jokes.
All right, Wetson. Who got? Jacksonville, Kansas City. This is a good match. Like it's a good matchup because of how I don't know.
Mahomes.
You got Mahomes. All right.
Yeah.
You know what? I feel like I feel like I should pick against you.
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, that's it. He
That's
lost.
jokes. That's jokes.
Hey, Weds picking week 1 to 5 was something special, and that's the end of it. That was the end of it. But yes, Jake lost off the first game. Like, there's no need to go because he picked the Vikings and he picked the Buccaneers. I think he picked one more that I think we asked him a question on.
Right.
Oh, and he picked the Ravens. He was the only one of us that picked
Who?
the Ravens. Jake.
Okay. I was about to say.
Yeah,
I
like
picked the Ravens.
There was no need for me to go through his picks. It was a wash. I'm gonna pick Jacksonville.
Ooh,
I know.
spicy.
I know. I feel a pit in my
Spicy.
stomach. I do feel a pit in my stomach.
Ooh,
I feel like
that's
picking Kansas City
Indian
would be the
food
safe.
spicy.
Yeah, picking Kansas City would be the safe bet. So I'm gonna pick
Safe
Jacksonville.
bet. Okay.
It would be.
Okay.
Damn. What the fuck is wrong with me? Anyways, the Bengals and Buffalo. Jake, who you got? Since this was a game that we didn't, I said Jake Wetson, who you got? This is a game that we didn't get to finish. Sure?
I hate having to pick this game.
Facts.
I hate having to pick this game because I'm a big fan of both teams. Like I believe in Joe Cool.
I'm just gonna write Buffalo for you, bro. Like I feel like you're doing all of this. You're doing all of this,
bro. I don't know if I want to pick Buffalo. You know, my heart want to go to Buffalo, but
wow,
oh,
wow, Fraud Allen. Okay,
you know what? He had a bad game. He had a bad game last week. He's not gonna have 2 bad games in a row. I'm going with Josh.
It's cool because I'm picking against you again. I already put the Bengals down for me.
I feel you know what's crazy though? I feel like I'm gonna put money on Bengals, but I'm picking Buffalo. So
for the show.
it's
gonna probably work. It's gonna probably work. New York at the Eagles. Since the Eagles are my Super Bowl pick, I'm picking the Eagles to win that game. And I know you hate New York sports, so you're picking the Eagles as well.
Nah, I can't pick against New York. Not for Philadelphia. Hell no.
Okay, so you're going Eagles, right?
Yes.
Okay. I was like, whoa, okay. What's going on here? Oh, San Francisco and the Cowboys. This is the game. San Francisco against the Cowboys. I know you're going San Francisco, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so San Fran, and I'm gonna pick against you again.
You don't pick Cowboys.
Yeah.
So
what?
You pick against me in every game, right?
Oh no, I picked the Eagles as well. So outside of the Eagles game, everything is different. I went Jacksonville, I went Bengals, and I went Cowboys.
Okay.
You know what's funny though? Mm-hmm. This might be the Cowboys' year. You know how the Cowboys is like every year is our year. This might be the Cowboys' year. Wouldn't that be crazy? Wouldn't it just be fucking ridiculous if this is the year for the Cowboys?
I don't know if I could tolerate arrogant Cowboys fans this year. I feel like this shouldn't be the year.
It would be insufferable.
This is the first year we outside, like
in 3 years, bro.
Like exactly. Like we just hit post-pandemic. Last thing we need is to start with the Cowboys, winning a Super Bowl. We can't have that, bro. We need Vegas or Tom Brady or whoever's in charge to we need whoever's in charge to get a handle on things because nah.
I'm not even. I'm not even mad at that because that is a story that's like Hollywood. If Brock Purdy wins, I promise you the documentary for this year San Francisco 49ers is going to be fucking bananas. Like if they win, I don't see how they don't get Hard Knocks next year. I don't like. They have to get Hard Knocks next year in Hard Knocks and
Oh,
before the season Hard Knocks.
that was a good one.
Cowboys
Ooh.
fans can get to the Super Bowl. I'm mad, bruh. But that's funny because that's what they said. They said they're not gonna get past Tom Brady, and they did it easily. And you said
no.
And you said
Mo,
it was easily.
Mo,
It was easy. It was easy, bro.
Mo.
Okay.
I'm saying though, bro. We're talking about this Tampa team that was absolute garbage for the entire season. They didn't have one impressive game. So, bro, we're picking the Bucks over Tampa was like I'm saying picking the Bucks over Cowboys was wishful thinking.
Correct.
Nobody thought this Bucks team was going to be something spectacular in the playoff magically. They've been playing like garbage all season. Nah.
Okay. All right. So let's lock in the Super Bowl picks again this week. I think you said Bills, right?
No,
Chiefs. It was me that said Bills.
yeah.
Hey, Drunk, you
So
want to pick your Super Bowl pick?
you went from Vikings to Eagles to Bills, bro.
No. I'm sticking with the Eagles right now. Even though I believe in the Cowboys. If the Cowboys win, I'm changing to the Cowboys. When they win, not if. When they win.
Right.
I'll say this real quick. I was whatever Kool-Aid they're serving with the barbecue in Dallas, I drank it. Wow, Drunk got the Niners. Because Drunk is going with that Hollywood storyline. I can't. Drunk is going with that Hollywood story. He said Niners Bengals to be specific. He's really going with that.
See, I agree with Anthony. So I believe when you pick the Vikings for Super Bowl. See, I told you.
Okay, I got it now. I promise. This is it. I'm locking in the Eagles. But no, hear me out.
Hold on, you're locking in the Eagles unless the Cowboys win, in which case you're switching to the Cowboys.
You know what? Crap. Forget it. I'm going. That's my Super Bowl pick.
Who's your pick?
The Cowboys. Going all the way.
Okay, cool. So not the Eagles.
No, I think it's the 90s when they went 4 times and they didn't
90s.
win. It was the 90s.
Yeah, 90 to 93.
Yeah. But no, hear me out, right? I believe you that Hollywood storyline is there, right? Brock Purdy, because it was out of when they were about to play Seattle. I mean, it's Seattle. Don't get me wrong. They were about to play Seattle. It's like, oh, Mr. Irrelevant. He was numbered in the draft. Just
Although I will say, hold on. I will say though, being that he was fine even with the limping, but what I was gonna say was the fact that being that
hey, you said Bills though to win the Super Bowl last week. That's what you said. Are you changing it this week?
No.
See that? See what's going on now? I shouldn't. You know what? Go ahead, Wetson. Speak your piece.
Well, what I was gonna say is, being that next year is an election year, the country might need America's team to be the one to lift them over the top to reunite us once again.
Yeah, we got to end the show now. It's show's over, Wetson. I am up at this nickname. Glock Purdy has a first game against Tom Brady. The storyline has already been written. It's such a great storyline, like Mr. Irrelevant. Then you get picked, and then the team that you go to is San Francisco. They have Trey Lance, the future, and then he gets hurt. And then Jimmy G, porn star Jimmy, comes in, is not crazy balling enough for them to get to this point.
And he gets hurt.
And he gets hurt.
Now here comes Brock. I'm sorry. Here comes Glock Purdy.
Bruh.
First game come out against the GOAT.
Against the GOAT, and he plays better than him.
A phenomenal game. Now he's in the playoffs. Ooh, the story is already written.
It's written like this. If he wins, if he gets to the Super Bowl, I don't. If he doesn't make it anywhere in football, he has the opportunity to go to Hollywood and become a superstar.
Nas said it was written, and he was talking about Glad Purdy.
All right. These are the matchups for next week's playoff game. Jacksonville, Kansas City. I have the Jags. Wetson has Kansas City. Bengals, Buffalo. I have Bengals. Wetson has Buffalo. You know what's funny about that Bengals Buffalo game is also you know what I hate about the Bengals Buffaloes game is this is what the NFL is gonna do. DeMar Hamlin is gonna do the coin toss. I'm pretty sure.
God.
Like there's gonna be so many signs this. There's so many storylines. I swear, there's so many storylines because the Bengals Buffalo game. Are you going to tell me that the NFL isn't going to look for an opportunity to have DeMar Hamlin come out with his jersey on and flip coin? Dude, he's going to do the coin toss for Buffalo. Like it's been written. And then New York and the Eagles. Oh my God, the Giants are back. Like this is the first time they've been back since their layoff win since with Eli Manning. They're gonna have Eli come out and do the coin toss for that game. And then you have the final game, the Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers. That was the rivalry from the 90s, bro. Joe Montana. I said Joe Montana or Michael Irvin gonna do the coin toss for that one. These are all fucking storylines, and I swear, if whoever did the WE right, listen, that's the truth. I promise you, DeMar Hamlin is going to be in that game. Because he wasn't at the game last week. You know that, right?
No, he wasn't.
I think this game is going to be played in a neutral site, right? Yeah. So somehow he can't travel, but somehow he's going to be there. Either he's going to be there in person or he's going to be on the screen. I have a message from my team. Go out and it's going to be something sweet, and they're going to try to make you cry. The NFL is going to be full of story like. If I'm a writer, I am looking for how to make money this weekend because I'm going to be writing stories like how I'm going to bring up the Cowboys situation from the 90s. Cowboys, that's the thing. The Cowboys and the Niners, that was a very big a thing. I think the only game that doesn't have a storyline inbuilt is the Jacksonville Kansas City game because it's two teams that no one it's Mahomes, right?
No, I guess no, but there's always a story with Mahomes involved because now it's like, imagine if Mahomes come out and gets outperformed by, maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe it's because Jacksonville defense is actually, a little bit better than Kansas defense, but we're not going to look at it that way. We're going to look at it as, battle
Mahomes,
of,
Mahomes.
Mahomes, you're that guy. You or him. We already decided that, Aaron Rodgers and Brady are done for. You're the new guy. So now you can't come out and, not be Mahomes against this guy who's on this, who's playing with house money. So there's a story there too. So,
correct.
Man, we got soap opera coming this weekend.
Yeah, it's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be fucking good. But yeah, that is the show. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Drunk. It's always fun having you here. Anthony's always fun here. Yeah, and Anthony still open. I hope you get a haircut this week. This will be the Giants when is this will be done.
I will move out of New York. I will move out of New York because there's no way I can tolerate New York.
Oh no, we have to go to no. We will be there at the parade. But no, thank you guys for watching.
Oh no, after the parade because my tax money is paying for that parade.
Yes, no, we will be there for the parade, my guy. No, yeah, we have to do a live show from the Giants parade.
Ooh. Yeah,
exactly, bro. Come on now. No, but thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for participating. We will catch you next week. Man, after this incredible weekend of football happens. We didn't even talk basketball this weekend. That's crazy. It was not a lot of basketball.
You gotta see it for next show.
Right. Peace.
Play ball.
There you go. There it is. There's a winner. Look at that. Back. Good. We have a chance. Showdown. Yankees 12, Red Sox 11.
He's gone. He could.